Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to play atomic chess. In this variant, anytime a piece is captured, the 3x3 square around the piece explodes, meaning the pieces are removed from the board. The goal is to explode the king. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, I'm assuming the goal is just to capture one of these pawns. If I can capture one of these pawns, I win. So I'm going to play d4, and I guess my first idea is to go for this. So I'll play bishop g5. I'm still trying to play the London because tried and true. And we're met with f6. Okay, so if we can't operate on the dark squares, then I assume we should try to operate on the light squares. The question is, do I save this bishop first? I'm going to say yes and move this bishop back to h4. That way we still have eyes on the e7 pawn. Okay, we get bishop to g4, obviously looking for the same idea. And we can either play this or this. And I guess f3 makes more sense because I lose more material if that bishop takes my knight, and I lose all of these pawns. So I'll play f3 instead. We get f5. Oh, that's very clever, right? If I take, well, not he takes back. If I take, it blows all of this up and it's a fair trade. And then it just ends up on his turn. So let's get the queen out. I'm going to play queen to d2. And the idea is just to bring the queen in. Oh, wait, I could have taken the pawn. Oh, I could have taken the pawn. I just realized. Oh, please, don't let him notice. Don't let him know. Nice! We won our first game. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the same thing that I've done on other variations, or not other variations, other variants of chess. And every time a move happens, I'm going to actively remind myself about why this is a weird variant of chess and see if it applies in that position. All right, let's use that moving into game number 2. All right, we're back with the black. Oh my goodness, he's 1900. How are you 1900 in atomic chess? That is quite unfortunate. Let's play d5. That's what I would normally play. e4. What about bishop g4 here? Oh, this is a really clever tactic as well, because if I take, it blows up all of these pawns. He swoops in, and I immediately lose because it would blow up my king. Okay, what about bishop g4? If f3 I take, blows up these 3 pawns, but then it's his turn. But then it also leaves the king really exposed, which I quite like. So I'm going to try that, bishop g4. He can't take me either because it blows up these 3 pawns, then I swoop in. Okay, I'm going to take. Wait, it doesn't blow up the pawns? Okay, so pawns don't blow up unless they actually capture. Oh, also he said hi in chat. I need to respond. I said hello. Okay, we've got this trade on the board, and now we have the new information that pawns don't blow up in this variant, which is quite interesting. That means they'll be our greatest defensive mechanism. Let's go ahead and develop the knight. Not for any particular reason, but okay, he's threatening our pawn. We'll play e6. Now if he takes, it blows up these pieces. If he takes this way, it would just blow up the knight. I guess we just defend? I mean, I don't see a concrete threat yet. Okay, this would threaten to take here, and would that blow up both of these pieces? Okay, now I'm not even sure. If I take this pawn, would that blow up that? Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, so pawns can blow up. Wait, what? Wait, how did he win? I'm sorry, what? Oh, he took my... Yeah, he took my knight. Oh. Okay. So I need to have these rules very, very clear. Pawns can capture other pawns and in turn blow up pieces. But pawns cannot blow up other pawns, meaning, for example, if there was, I don't know, this trade, it wouldn't also blow up this pawn, it would just blow up the surrounding pieces. Okay, that's going to be really important to know. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 3. Okay, we've got the black pieces again, and it's another 1900. How do you even get this strong at atomic chess? Okay, I'm assuming the idea is to come in this way. And what do I have to play here? f6? To stop both of these squares. That seems to be the most reasonable course of action here. Okay, we get knight to d4, which I'm assuming is looking for some crazy... Oh, it's looking for knight to f5 and then takes. Okay, so what do I play here? d6? Cover this square, it's a fair trade if he does capture. Or I could just play e6 as well, and then I can develop my piece after. So I'll play that, e6. It's really scary because the way the last game ended, where I thought I was playing perfectly fine and then all of my pieces were gone, was quite horrendous. Okay, knight to b5. Okay, this must be theory of some sort because this is incredibly concrete. Knight to f3, knight to d4, knight to b5. And it's now a fork where he's threatening two different pieces, and I'm potentially losing a lot of material here. I'll probably just try to save the queen, or I could develop my own bishop too. Start looking for counterplay. Okay, what about bishop c5 here looking for this? You'd probably play d4. Then maybe I can play c6. If he takes, it blows up these pieces. Queen here. Looks kind of amusing. Let's give it a try. Let's start with bishop c5. Okay, we get e3 instead, which is much less confrontational. Let's do c6, because I really would rather not lose the queen. She's probably going to give me the most number of options for how to actually defeat my opponent here. Oh, he plays knight c7 check anyways. Okay, I'm assuming I should just move out of the way, allow this capture, and in fact I lose one less pawn, which I guess is good. Go ahead and move. I guess I have to move this way, because if I move up, he can take and blow up my king. So I have to move up over to f8. And actually this knight is unstoppable as well. Right, I can't remove this knight from my position. What am I going to do, take and lose my queen? I mean, I could if it came down to it. Knight, oh man. Okay, knight to e8 threatens this, which would also blow up my king. So if I play here, he would take this and it would blow up my king. If I play here, he could do either one. Oh, is that it? That's it, isn't it? I can't play anything. I don't think there's anything here on the board for me. I definitely can't take the knight. Yep, that's game right there. Wow. That is... If I take it myself, it would still blow up my king. I feel like I'm missing something obvious, but I might have just been gotcha'd right here. Yep, that looks like a gotcha. We'll try to run away. Well, I don't even have anywhere to run away, actually. Let's just, I don't know, develop a piece or something. He's gonna take it anyways, but... Yep, that'll do it. Alright, let me take a look at that game real quick. Was there something that I missed? So instead of c6, what do? I just give away my queen? I just look for any other way to play this? Knight to h6? And then just play for counterplay? Okay, we'll try that next time. I feel like we played too passively this time. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 3. Game number 3? Game number 4, I think. But I've only won one game. I need 2 more. Alright, finally we get the white pieces again. Another 1900. So many strong atomic players. I definitely learned from my opponent, so we're going to play this. And e5. Oh, is he just trying to sack the queen from the very beginning? Or he just moves the pawn out of the way. That's super interesting. I don't know if it's going to work. What about knight here? Is there any way to get out of that? Oh, he can just take. Right, he can take the knight and only this would explode. So that's actually safe for him. How interesting. Let's try knight f7 anyways. The unstoppable knight. Queen to h4 threatens mate. Well, not mate, but, you know, doom is what it threatens. So we'll play here. Seems fair enough. Cover up f2. I feel like I'm learning theory as I go. This is like atomic theory. Queen to c4 threatens this, which would blow up all these pieces, and more importantly threatens this, which would take my king with it. So let's play d3 here. And I'm assuming takes. Okay. That's our new opening is black. Right there. e5, f5, queen to h4. Sweet. All right, we will return the favor with this. And I guess now we're down material. Quite a tragic way to start this. Let's play this and threaten the rook. Okay, knight to c6. So what about if we just castle here? Let's just castle. Okay, knight to d4 threatens takes and takes the rook with it. And then I'd end up, if I took this and he took this, I'd end up playing 1 rook versus 2 bishops, which is quite a terrifying idea. So let's move the rook out of the way. If he takes, it would just blow up the pawn itself and the knight. And we still have this threat on the board. Okay, knight to f3. If I capture, I trade the bishop off. I guess I can just take with the bishop, though. So we'll do that. Take with the bishop. I like that the pawns aren't affected. That's actually quite a game changer. It means a lot of things are possible that going into this I didn't think were going to be possible. c5. Let's play b4. I'd like to get my rook in the game and start causing problems. If I can open up a file, I can get both of my pieces into the game. And then we're in business. All right, we'll take here. Now my rook can definitely get into the game. Okay, bishop to c5, right? Because if my rook takes it, it blows up my rook as well. So d4, get the bishop out of the way. Oh, I just realized there was this threat as well. I didn't even notice it. I just played d4 to boot the bishop, but I guess we got a little bit lucky there. If we take and he takes, I can just take back. So that's not an issue. Sweet. I feel like we're doing pretty good here. This is a 1900 atomic player. We are holding our own for sure. Okay, king to f8. We jump into c7, threaten this, which would win us the game. Okay, he blocks it. How stealthy. Let's... should I take here and then try to create this file? We're down to almost 30 seconds as well. I don't have a lot of time to contemplate this. Let's play this, e3. If he takes, I'll take... Well, I won't take back. If he takes, it would just blow that up. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Now I can take... Yeah. Then maybe I can create another file. Oh, he's going to promote. Oh my goodness. It's rough because you learn a new strategy every game, but usually on the wrong end of learning it. All right, let's play f4 here. Okay, and with any luck, he'll just take, because if he creates another passed pawn, I am in for a horrendous headache. Okay, d2. I'm going to have to capture that, but let's start with this. Okay, check will blow up those pieces. I am down material, but I'm not out of hope. Let's play this, looking for this. We're down to 12 seconds. It's 3-2, so I do get 2 seconds back every move. Okay, we'll play back. Obviously, he covered that with the pawn, but we can try it again. Kind of inviting b3 as well. Looks good. Yeah, check. If here, g4, then maybe I can take. Hitting the king. Check. Let's run the king down. Let's go. Where are you going, mister? Don't play f4. Careful now. Careful. Okay, check. There's no way he can get away from us, right? This has to be a draw. Check. Careful now. Just check, I guess? I mean, there's no way he can get away from us. This has to be a draw. I'm just gonna follow you wherever you go. I'm too faithful. Okay, was that not threefold? Hello? Oh, there we go. Threefold repetition. Okay, we got a draw against a 1900. I'm actually quite happy with that. It wasn't the result I was hoping for. I feel like at some point I had better chances before we started that deathly central tango. But that's good to know. Here, the passed pawn was a huge advantage to him because there's no way you can stop a passed pawn. You can't just... Wait, can you just block it? I could have just blocked it. All right. Anyways, moving on to, what is this, game number 5? I'm now sitting at 1.5 points, and I'd like to hit 3 points by the end of this video. Let's move on to game number 5. All right, we've been paired with somebody our level once again. We have a 1500 who's taking a lot of time on this first move, and I'm curious because if he plays knight to f3, I'm going to play what our opponent just played against us, which was e5, f5, queen to h4. I thought that was incredibly effective. I was definitely thrown off by it. All right, another weird opening. We get f4, which is not what you want to see. Let's play e5 to give ourselves the best chance of mating him right away. And I really like this combo that our opponent did last time of queen to h4 and then bringing it across with this kind of pseudo fork. That was very interesting. Okay, we get d4 instead. Let's take this pawn, and then now we can look for check and then move across the board to e4. Okay, but we get bishop to f4, which also threatens this, capturing all of these pieces. Okay, we'll do check. Bishop back, I'll move across. If g3, queen to g4 perhaps. Okay, we do get g3. I almost feel like h5 makes more sense because I keep this open. So I'm going to play queen to h5 instead of queen to g4 where there's no more horizontal movement for my queen. Knight to f3. He's not really threatening to bring the knight out because there's still this. So I guess I can just develop my own pieces. Play knight to f6 here. I'm kind of looking for this. Just kind of throwing my knight into his position, and then I can threaten to capture any number of different pieces. Okay, g4. Boots the queen, unpins the knight. So let's jump over to b5 to threaten this. Okay, c4. Now I can play... Oh, should I play with the bishop instead? Let's try it with the bishop, develop another piece. We'll play check. Okay, he blocks with the knight. If I take, it just blows up those two pieces. I leave my queen hanging. What about knight to e4? If he takes, I just play knight to d2, and how do you actually save the king there? I don't think you can. So I want to play knight to e4 here. I think that works. Should work. Okay, he takes the queen, but now knight to d2, and then what? Oh, you just move the bishop. Okay, so what about knight to f2? You just move the queen? Oh, that's quite disappointing. Oh, I miscalculated that. Let's give it a try. We've gotten this far, might as well. Okay, he does move the bishop. If I castle to bring the rook out, there's just knight to g5, which is immediately losing. So let's play f6 first. I know I'm down so much material. I'm even down a lot of time as well. But somehow I still have hope for this game. Let's go ahead and castle. Castle, bring the rook out. I mean, it's literally exploding pieces. How bad can it be? Let's line this up on the board. It's funny because my intuition for what a losing position here is like nothing. I don't have any intuition on what's losing and what isn't. So I have full faith that I can still make a comeback in this position. Okay, g6 takes. Oh, he's just going to bring the rook out, I guess. And then what do I do? Like g5? Knight sack. Okay, rook comes in. Okay, instead he plays knight to g5. Can I just take? Take with check. Rook comes in. What are you going to do about that? We've got 18 seconds left. Oh, knight to e4. Wait, I just take again. Aha. Oh, that's a shame. Other rook. One last rook. And 100% faith in the position. Check. If this works. Okay, king to d3. Check. Check. Yes, yes, yes. Now what? We won! We won! I can't believe it. That's so insane. Oh, I love this variant, but at the same time, I absolutely despise it. On the one hand, this is extremely fun. On the other hand, I'm not sure I ever want to play this again. Okay, we now have 2.5 out of 3. Let's go ahead and play one last game. All right, let's go. We got the white pieces. Let's play the same opening that my opponent played last time. Wow, that must be theory. Okay, he's 1600, so he's been around a little bit. I guess people just know what to play here already. This and then f5. But it didn't turn out that bad for us last time, so let's try it again. Oh, he just sacrifices the queen immediately. Okay, this person is clearly, well, by the rating you can already tell, but clearly a little less experienced than our previous opponent who played that whole f5, queen h4 nasty business. Queen over, that was ridiculous. But now we're just up a queen. But from the last game, we know that that means basically nothing. If we can open up a file and get a rook in there, that's almost immediately winning. So let's play e3 and look for this. Maybe queen to f3 as well. There's a lot of different ways we can kind of take angles on this position. He plays this preemptively, so let's try to boot that pawn. We still have a queen on the board, so the center opening up early isn't a issue for us. Okay, what do we do here? e4, boot the bishop. Okay, boot the bishop again. Okay, knight to f6. We'll play queen to b3. No, we'll take here first. Yeah, we'll take first, and then I'd like to get the queen on this diagonal, as well as the bishop. Okay, bishop to c5. I'm not really sure what the threat is. Check, and then I just shuffle over. So we'll play queen b3. And I think you can still win even if you're in check. So if he plays check now, I'm just going to take. Okay, king to d8. He notices the threat. What do we do now? d4, bishop here, knight c3. We could probably get away with that. If takes, blows up my knight, leaves me in check, which is really not ideal. Let's just take this bishop, because I don't really see what the downside is to that. You just win material. I mean, I guess it brings the knight into play, but he's going to have to prove that he can actually do something with it, especially considering that knight to g4 allows queen d5 check. So we'll jump in with check here and see how he chooses to defend it. Okay, he uses the bishop, which means that's pinned now. That's not really any good for anything now. Okay, what if I play knight c3? Is there any way for him to create a threat here? Knight to e3, I just take. Knight to f2, I just play knight to b5, and I look for this. Knight takes just blows up the knight, so that should be fine. Yeah, we'll play that, knight to c3. I'm just looking for knight to b5, takes, and wrapping it up. Okay, c6 stops that, which is quite annoying, I'm not gonna lie. And the biggest problem is that it actually removes the pawn. So there's nothing that I can take now next to the king to checkmate him. I'd have to get my queen into his position now. Question is, how on earth do I do that? Oh, I'm down to 38 seconds. Let's just start with check. Check is always a good idea, right? What could possibly go wrong with check? Okay, we'll go ahead and play this. Kind of nervous about this knight now because my whole plan on this side of the board, you know, is in shambles. So I'd like to see this knight not really do anything for a couple of moves until I can get my pieces out in castle. Okay, we get bishop c5. Let's hit him with d4. d4, let's go ahead. Open up the position. I need my queen to find a way into your king's position. d4 seems to be the way to go about that. We also get bishop g5. We can castle long into check. And we already know if we can open a file and get a rook on the other side, you know, we're in business. So we'll play check. Castle long, right? Yes, yes, looks good. And then we're looking for this. Bring the rook into the game, and then we're completely winning. Okay, knight to e3. Oh, if I take, he just takes. Okay, so I'll just take the knight first. We got rid of that pesky knight, which was starting to annoy me. I was not enjoying that knight just hanging around, looking at my king. Okay, he moves the king out of the way. Now we just take. This is a threat now. Check, blow up the pawn. Profit. I think we're winning here now, just completely. Can't even develop the knight, I just sacrifice. You can buy time with captures, but then it's still my turn right after. I can try to run with the king, but then I bring the queen around. Okay, bishop d6, kind of little pseudo defense going on. Where if I take, I blow up my own rook. How annoying. How creative. Oh, 11 seconds! Hey, okay, bishop e2. Bishop e2, we'll sack the rook, bring in the other rook. Okay, I can't lose this on time. That would be such a disgrace. Okay, now we have this. Okay, check. Oh, rook to d5 though. Let's see, I just drop the queen back and then sack. Okay, so I get my queen out of danger and then I sacrifice the rook right after. Okay, promising, promising. And if I can just expose the king like a little bit more, just a little bit more, get him a little more into the game, I'm good. Okay, queen to e6 now is devastating. And we get the resignation. Very, very nice. Okay, I'm actually really happy with how that went. We did get a total of 3.5 points. So you can say I exceeded expectations, right? I blew right past 3 points, right to 3.5. You know, with that lucky draw against the 1900. Anyways, we achieved the objective of this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below if this is one of your favorite variants, so I know to make more videos about this. And I will see you guys in the next one.